In this video we are seeing how to draw a rhomboid when we know both its sides, these line segments A and B, and one of its diagonals, this line segment J. First we have to know what a rhomboid is so we can properly draw it. A rhomboid is a quadrilateral, that is, a four sides polygon, parallelogram, that is, with both pairs of opposite sides parallel, where both pairs of opposite sides are congruent and both pairs of opposite angles are congruent as well. Once we realize this, we should analyze a generic rhomboid in order to know how to work with the data given. In this rhomboid here, we know sides A and B, so we know its four sides, since C is congruent to A and D is congruent to B. And we also know one of its diagonals, this diagonal J. As in every polygon, the most important part is to find their vertices, so it can be drawn by joining them. If we draw one of its sides, we get the first two vertices of the rhomboid, these vertices A and B. Vertex C is a distance equal to side B to vertex B, and at the same time a distance equal to diagonal J to vertex A. And in order to find vertex D left, we can do it in many ways, drawing straight lines that are parallel to sides A and B through vertices A and C, since we are drawing a parallelogram, or, as we know all its sides, we have to find the point that is this distance B to vertex A and this distance A to vertex C at the same time. First, we draw one of their sides. On a straight line R, we mark the first vertex of the rhomboid, this vertex A, and we copy the length of side A from this vertex to find vertex B, drawing then side A. Vertex C is a distance equal to side B's length to vertex B. So, using vertex B as center, we draw an arc whose radius is side B, because all the points on this arc are this distance B to vertex B. Besides, vertex C is a distance equal to diagonal J's length to vertex A. So, using vertex A as center, we draw an arc whose radius is diagonal J, because all the points on this arc are this distance J to vertex A. The point where both arcs intersect is, at the same time, a distance B to vertex B and a distance J to vertex A, so it is the rhomboid's vertex C. We can name, then, the side bounded by vertices B and C, which is the rhomboid's sides B. In order to find vertex D, we have to find out the point that is this distance B to vertex A and this distance A to vertex C at the same time. Using vertex A as center, we draw an arc whose radius is the rhomboid's side B, because vertex D has to be on this arc, so when joining it to A, it's side B's length. And using vertex C as center, we draw another arc whose radius is the rhomboid's side A, because vertex D has to be on this arc, so when joining it to C, it's side A's length. The point where both arcs intersect is the distances asked to vertices B and C, so it is the rhomboid's vertex D. If we properly join the vertices, we get the rhomboid. We only have to name its sides C and D and the rhomboid is finished. We can check that the resulting figure is the asked one. It is a rhomboid because it is a parallelogram where both pairs of opposite sides are congruent and both pairs of opposite angles are congruent as well. Its sides A and B, and therefore sides C and D, are as long as their exercise required, and diagonal J is the length required, so the exercise is properly solved. There is another way for drawing the rhomboid. First we have to find, as we did before, vertices A, B and C, that is, sides A and B. Since a rhomboid is a parallelogram, vertex D has to be on a straight line that is parallel to side A and goes through vertex C, and, at the same time, on a straight line that is parallel to side B and goes through vertex A. The point where both lines meet is vertex D left. We can draw the rhomboid, name all its elements, and finish the exercise.